Let's talk about the Musher.
The Musher.
The Musher. So this is the, as you say, the 7th, 8th, 9th year you've done it. You've won this race
How many?
Yeah. So
3 times, I guess.
So obviously there's something about you and this race that are a good match. So what makes a good Copper Basin 300 Musher?
Well, I think you got to have something like a sprinter mentality, which I used to be at one time back in the day, and used to do a little bit of sprint mushing, that also. But I guess you have to get yourself in shape, physically and mentally, because it is going to be hard, and it can be as hard as you want it to be. It can be where you just stand on the sled and do nothing, or you can pedal and kick and pole every step of the way. So it's up to each individual musher how much they want to put out for that, and how much it's going to help the dogs. I just think both of you combined, when you're helping each other, it just magnifies how good you're really going to be in this race.
So it's no secret, everybody knows Alan is very active on the back of the sled, pedaling and poling.
Oh yeah.
What portion of the time are you physically working to help the team, and what percentage of the time are you just riding along?
I'm helping the team all the time except going downhill. If it's uphill, flat, anything, I'm kicking, poling, running, whatever.
Do you think they know that?
Absolutely, they know it. I mean, I do have to take a break to take a pee every now and then, and I do that while we're going on the sled. And when I'm stopped, I look back up there, and probably half of the dogs are looking back at me. Said, "What are you doing?" That's what I'm thinking in my mind. That's what that's the way my perception of them looking back at me seems. They're saying every time that I stop for whatever, I'm getting something out of my sled or something, they look back at me and say, "What are you doing?" I'm working. What are you doing?
So they can definitely tell the difference.
I think so.
Feel right through the line.
I think so. Or they're just used to me. They can feel when I'm poling and doing this, that, and the other. So they know when I am and when I'm not.
Do you talk to your dogs a lot when you're racing?
You know, I talk to my dogs a lot. I try not to. I feel that the more you talk to them, the less they're really going to listen to you when it's critical. So I try to be as quiet as possible, unless you know I'm trying to get up this hill. I'll tell them, let's get up this hill, or try to give them some encouragement, this, that, and the other. But I try to hold it down to a minimum, because when I say something, I want it to mean something.
Mm-hmm. Is mental toughness a big part of this race?
Well, it is, because you're going to get down. Every race you're going to get down. Actually, I mean, it seems like every race we run, and we ask ourselves, why are we really doing this? But Allie and I, we start getting in shape ourselves the 1st of September. That's when the dogs start getting in shape. So it seems like it correlates to that. With us getting in shape, it gives us a little bit of mental toughness also. When things get tough, we're going to work through it. Versus if I myself didn't get in shape, when we got tough, well, it'd just be easy just saying, I'll just wait till it gets better, versus we're just going to keep on not struggling, but powering through whatever's happened to us at the moment.
Do you enjoy this race? Is it a challenge? Is it a personal quest? What is it about this race that really you connect with?
That's a good question. I guess, when you grow up in sports, this, that, and the other, it kind of brings you back to that time where, say playing football or basketball, you go through the whole year trying to get to the state finals, or trying to get to this, or trying to get to that, and this is like, particularly these races, 300-mile races, is getting us to Iditarod, basically, and that's the Super Bowl. So, and all these things is almost like practice. Even though we want to win these smaller races, the end goal is getting to Iditarod and doing well.
So your goal for this race is
to win.
So you're running a team of 12, Allie's running a team of 12. That's perfectly normal. This year, your daughter Bridget is also running a team of 12. She's an experienced musher, no doubt about it, but this is her first Copper Basin 300. That weigh on your mind at all?
You know, it probably will up to the time I start the race anyway. And I will even think about her while I'm racing, but I know she's been through a lot of other races already, and she will do fine. She's been with us training numerous times and been through a lot of situations, and I know she'll be good.
Have you thought about the consequences of what happens if she beats you?
I would love for her to beat me. The consequences would be she'd probably run Iditarod next year. That's for sure. No, that'd be great. She's done very well in a lot of races, and she'll do pretty well in this one.
That's great.